wanted to record a video talking about how I started liking Hamilton, how I heard about it, when I got tickets to see the show, and all of that. So let's get started. So I first started liking Hamilton because one of my friends, Ashley, her little sister started playing it one day. So then she started listening to it, and then when we would go out to lunch, she would play it in the car. But the only songs she listened to were Satisfied, Alexander Hamilton. I think just those two. So those are the only two songs I heard. And I was like, oh my gosh, what is this? It's so good. And she's like, it's Hamilton. So Satisfied was the first song I ever heard. So that song really has a place in my heart, as cheesy as that sounds. But it does. It means a lot to me. It introduced me to this amazing musical. So yeah, Satisfied was the first song I ever heard, and Satisfied is what made me want to listen to Hamilton even more. So once I heard about it, I downloaded the entire album down to my phone, and I only listened to Alexander Hamilton, Satisfied, and My Shot. I know, basic, but whatever. That's all I listened to for at least 2 weeks. And during that time, I wasn't seeing my best friend, Natasha, because she was studying. So we don't talk much when she studies and stuff, which is, like, it's okay. Like, it's important that she studies. So I'm not dragging her or anything. So when those weeks were over, I finally saw her, and I was played Satisfied, and she's like, what is this? I'm like, Hamilton, it's amazing. So she listened to it too, and all she listened to was Alexander Hamilton, Aaron Burr, My Shot, and Satisfied. And oddly, Aaron Burr was like her favorite at that time, which I find is like really weird for some reason, but it was. And I was like, what? But it's okay. So eventually I was like, I'm gonna listen to the whole thing. So I did. I sat down one day and I listened to the album from beginning to end, and oh, it shook me. It took a special place in my heart. I was like, oh my gosh, this show is amazing. I cried, I laughed, it was great. And I was like, I need to see this show. As you can probably tell, Broadway is my dream. New York is where I want to live. That's just where I want to be. It's where I'm the happiest. I've been there 3 times, and each time was absolutely amazing. So, yes, New York is where I want to be. So Hamilton would be an amazing thing for me. That's my absolute number one goal, is to play Angelica Schuyler in Hamilton. So, back to the story. So, we wanted to buy tickets, but at the time, there was no tickets on like sale that just went on sale or anything. It was just tickets that were like resale. So they were a lot of money. They were $1,000, and we don't have that, obviously. So we were like, okay, we'll see when the next block of tickets go on sale, we'll buy them. So that just happened to be June 10th when the Tony Awards were. So the tickets were going on sale after the Tony Awards. So we watched, but we were prepared. We had 4 phones and 3 laptops all open on Ticketmaster ready to buy tickets. So we needed a specific week because we needed to go during reading week. So that was February 19th to February 26th, I believe, and we managed to score tickets for Wednesday, February 22nd, which is exactly 1 month from today, which is why I decided I wanted to record this video, because I'm so happy that I got to see the show, and I wanted to share how I liked Hamilton, how amazing the show was with all of you. So, anyways, back to the story. So, we were watching the countdown, and we were like, oh my gosh, these tickets are going to go on sale before the Tonys finish. So halfway through the Schuyler Sisters performance at the end of the Tony Awards, we had to pause it, which sucked because, oh my god, they were amazing. But it sucked. So we paused it, and we were on the hunt for tickets. And for me, personally, when I watch theater, I don't like to be in the orchestra. I like being up in the mezzanine or the balcony because I like to be able to see everything that's happening. So we kept getting tickets in the orchestra, and we're like, no, we don't want these, we don't want these. So we ended up getting the second last row in the absolute back, which for me was perfect. That's exactly where I wanted to sit. We were in the center, it was great. So we were super happy, obviously, but it was a long time away. Like, it was only June, and we weren't seeing it until February 22nd, which is like 8 months later. So we were obviously excited, but our excitement didn't like get extreme until about a month before. So time went on. We had the summer, we had first semester of school, and then it was finally time to leave for New York. So it's February 19th. We're super excited. We're heading to the airport. It was amazing. Our flight was leaving at 3:30 that day, and we were scheduled to land in New York at 4:40. However, we landed a little early at about like 4:15, which was cool. Obviously, more time in New York, like, who wouldn't be happy? So Natasha wanted to go to the Taylor Swift Museum, and it was the last day. However, our Lyfts and Ubers were taking super long to get to us at the airport, and she wasn't able to make it, so she was really sad about that. But we were in New York, so she was still happy, obviously. So that first night, we checked into the hotel. We stayed at the Manhattan at Times Square, which was beautiful. It was old, but it was beautiful. So we literally walk out of the front of the hotel, and Times Square was to our right. It was amazing. So that night, obviously, we were like, we have to go see the Richard Rodgers right now. So we changed into some clothes. It was really warm that night. So we changed into some clothes, and, well, not that we weren't in clothes before, but we were in like our travel clothes. I was just wearing like a big sweater and leggings. So I just changed my shirt into a like nice loose turtleneck. And we headed out to Times Square. We looked around, and we went to the Richard Rodgers. And I couldn't believe that I was looking at the Richard Rodgers Theater with my own eyes. It was so beautiful. It was across from the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory Theater, which I don't know the name of, but I know Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is playing there. And I was literally blown away. I was like, this is actually happening. I'm seeing Hamilton in a couple days. Oh, it was amazing. We took some pictures. It was great. So, also, that night, I don't know if any of you guys watched The Fosters or anything like that, but if you've seen The Fosters or Teen Beach Movie, you know Maya Mitchell. So we saw on her Instagram story that she was skating at Rockefeller Center. So we were like, oh my gosh, like, let's go meet her. So we did. We walked over to Rockefeller Center. It wasn't far from our hotel, maybe about a 5-minute walk. And we were like, oh my gosh, she's not here. Because we looked everywhere, we couldn't find her. We're like, okay, maybe she's taking off her skates. So we headed down the stairs to where people take off their skates, and she comes out of the room. And I was like, oh my gosh, Natasha. And Natasha's like, Maya. And then we talked to her, and she was laughing at us because we were a little bit nervous to talk to her. She's like, I don't bite. And she's so cute. She had her Australian accent, and she's willing to take pictures with us. And Natasha's sister is a huge fan of the Fosters, so we got her a video of Maya saying hello, and it was great. She was super sweet, and that was just an amazing thing to happen on our first night. Like, it was only our first night, and we already met a celebrity that we all really like, and we were like, this is amazing. So after that, we let Maya go, and we just walked around a little bit longer. So I'm just gonna skip over to the day we saw Hamilton, which was February 22nd. So that morning, we didn't do anything Hamilton related or anything like that. But we did, let me go back. So then on, I think it was the 20th, we saw the 22nd, the 21st, wow. The 21st, we went to the stage door after the show just to like see who would come out. A couple of the ensemble members in Swings came out, and then the guy who's understudying Hamilton, who is Javon, he came out, and we were like, everybody, like, nobody knew, like, his name, and I was like, that's Javon. And my friend Brian, who was also with me, Natasha, screamed, Javon! And I'll show you the video. It's so funny.
Hi, Javon.
Hey, what's up?
It's great. He was super sweet also, and I didn't know that Hobby, who is the guy who plays Hamilton, was out because he was injured, and I didn't know that. But so the next day when I went to go see Hamilton, I saw Javon. So that morning of Hamilton, I woke up so excited. I just wanted it to be nighttime so I could see Hamilton. So we weren't seeing the matinee show, we were seeing the nighttime show, and I got there. We got to do a bunch of things in the morning, and then my friend Brian wasn't seeing Hamilton. However, he was seeing Tovlo that exact same night. It just happened to work out that she was playing New York that night. So it was perfect. He got to see Tovlo. Me and Natasha went to Hamilton. So we were shopping that day, and we were like, okay, like we're not gonna go early or anything. Like we're just gonna go like right when it's time to go in. So we got back to the hotel, and we needed to leave in like 15 minutes. So I had to redo my makeup. But I ended up just like touching up my eyeshadow. I put red lipstick on for like a second, and then I'm like, I don't want to wear this, and I took it off. And I was wearing a black sweater. It was like fuzzy kinda with a blue skirt, thigh-high black socks, and black booties. And that's what I wore. Tasha's outfit was a little bit different. And then so we had to walk to Hamilton, and we were walking so fast. My feet were hurting, but it's okay. So. We got there, and there's like obviously a big line to get in, and the doors were just opening. So we got there at a perfect time. We didn't have to stand outside for too long, which was good. And we headed inside. So inside was so amazing. It was beautiful. I was like, this theater is perfect. Oh my gosh. So we walked in. The guy scanned our tickets, kept going in, and we were up in the mezzanine. So unfortunately, I had to climb stairs, but it's okay. In my heels, but it was fine. I made it. We got into the theater, and I saw the stage for the first time, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I know I keep saying I can't believe it, but that's all that was going through my mind. Like, this musical means so much to me, and I was finally watching it. So yeah, so I went in, and the lady handed us our playbill, and I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna even get a playbill, which is amazing. I love it. It's beautiful. I'll show it to you. This is my Hamilton playbill. It's so nice. I got to see at my show. It had this little slip of paper in it because it wasn't all the main cast. So as Alexander Hamilton, I wasn't able to see Javi, unfortunately, but we got to see Javon, who was absolutely incredible. He a little bit sounds like Lynn, which was like, we were confused for a second. I was like, this guy sounds like Lynn, like what do you mean? But he was amazing as Hamilton. I was not disappointed at all. We saw Lexi, who is the main Eliza, and she was amazing. The way she sings Burn, oh, I was shook. It was like a mix of anger and sadness. So you know, like with Pippa, she's like mainly sad, a little bit of anger, but Lexi, she literally like growls. It was amazing. Like you could tell that not only was Eliza hurt, but she was extremely angry. We saw Brandon Victor Dixon as Aaron Burr, who was the main Aaron Burr, and he was amazing too. He was a little different than Leslie, especially for In the Room Where It Happens. He, you know, that dance he does at the end, Leslie put so much energy into it, and I was really looking forward to that part. But Brandon didn't put as much energy into it, but he was still absolutely amazing. He did not let me down at all. We saw Mandy also as Angelica. We saw Brian Terrell Clark as George Washington, who I believe is the actual George Washington. And we saw Andrew Chappelle as Lafayette and Thomas Jefferson, and I was so excited. I opened my playbill and saw that his name was there, and I was so happy. I wanted to see him so badly, and I was just so amazed by him. I don't understand why he didn't take over the role, because he gives me chills. He was amazing. We saw J. Quinton Johnson as Hercules Mulligan and James Madison, and he was amazing. He reminded me of Oak so much, and I don't like to compare new cast members with the original Broadway cast. However, like, it's hard not to do. Like, the original Broadway cast is what everybody knows and what everybody expected to see. Like, when I bought my tickets in June, I expected to see the original Broadway cast, and I didn't see any original Broadway cast members, but I still saw the show, and it was amazing. And I got to see my love, Jordan Fisher, as John Lawrence and Philip Hamilton. I saw him in Grease Live, and that's when I heard about him, I found out about him, and I love him so much. So when he got announced for Hamilton, I literally cried. I was so happy. I was like, okay, like at least I'm gonna see someone I really want to see. And he made me cry so much. I cried 80% of the show, by the way. He made me cry so much. He's so lovely. We saw Alicia as Peggy and Mariah, who I was also really excited to see. I was really happy when she took over the role because she's amazing also. King George was Taran Kalam, and King George is literally the audience's favorite. And like King George is like one of my least favorites, but he was amazing also. Samuel Seabury was Thane, and I was so happy to see him. He's so cute, and I love how he loves cookies and all that. It's great. Charles Lee was Neil, who I was also really happy to see, because like I see all these people on Snapchat every day, and it's like I know them, which is weird, but it was fun. They were great. The ensemble obviously was amazing. They're always amazing. Hamilton would be nothing without the ensemble. I just want everybody to know Hamilton would be so boring without the ensemble on the stage, because they are the ones that move the most and make the stage look so nice, and it's great. Anyway, so yeah, that was the Hamilton show. It was so good. So yeah, this is my playbill, and I also got this poster at the merch shop. I also got a Hamilton sweater with just literally this, and I got this Hamilton hat here also at the merch shop. So, and I got a couple more things. I got a pin for my jean jacket, and yeah, I think that's it. I spent about $150, I think, at the merch store, which was good. That was good for me. So yes, so the next day, this part makes me so excited, I can't wait to tell you. So the next day we were gonna stage door. So our Hamilton show started at 8 o'clock, but the show on the Thursday started at 7 o'clock. So when we went to stage door, we were running late, and we didn't know that until like we were literally walking up to the Richard Rogers Theater, and I looked on Ticketmaster to see what time the show started, which I should have done in the beginning of the day, but I'm honestly happy I didn't, which you'll find out why. So I looked and I was like, oh guys, this show started at 7 o'clock. We don't even need to go. Like, it's fine. Like, I'm not going to meet Jordan. I was like trying not to get my hopes up, because if I didn't meet him and I had my hopes up really high, I'd be really upset. So yeah, so I was like, guys, we don't even need to go. And they're like, we're going. So as we're walking, we're just getting up to the Richard Rogers Theater, and this door swings open, and out comes Jordan. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, Jordan? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, can I get a picture? And he's like, yeah, of course. So he's like, let's go around the corner, because he didn't want everybody at the stage door to see him. So we went around the corner, and he took pictures with me and Natasha and Brian, and you could tell he was in a rush. So all I wanted to say to him was that I love him, and he was absolutely amazing the night before, because he was, like, I'm not lying, he was amazing. And he said thank you, and it was the highlight of my trip. It made me so happy, because I really wasn't going to get my hopes up that I was going to meet him, but I did get to meet him, and that just, I'll show you guys the picture now. So yeah, after I met Jordan, I was in the best mood for the rest of the trip. I was so happy. He makes me so happy. Him and Alessia Cara are my two favorite people in the whole world. So yeah, so it was amazing to meet him. I've met Alessia before, which obviously was amazing also. So yeah, after that, the Hamilton was like the peak of my trip, you know, like it was right in the middle, and it was just so good. And that was pretty much all the Hamilton things we did, except on the last day we went to Central Park. And if any of you have ever seen the Hamilton documentary, there's a part where Lynn goes to the Hamilton statue in Central Park and salutes him. And so we wanted to go there, obviously. So we went to Central Park and we saw the Hamilton statue, and it was amazing. I was like, I don't know what, it was weird. Like, I had this weird feeling like, this is my dude, you know? Like, just like Lynn, like, this is my dude. So, anyways, it was great. Hamilton was there. We just took a few pictures. I'll show you them in a bit. And that was pretty much the end of my trip. So I'll show you the pictures now. that was pretty much the end of my trip. I want to see Hamilton on my birthday in Chicago, which is June 28th, but I don't think that's really going to happen. Hopefully I can go back next year to New York because I feel like I need to be there all the time, which sucks, but I do. I live in Toronto, Canada, if you didn't know that. I do live in Toronto, Canada, so I'm pretty far. And yeah, so I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to make some more videos like this, not even just Hamilton. Like, I want to do a few covers and do some makeup videos too. Like, I'm just really starting on my channel right now. So yes, I'm Kenya. So if you want to subscribe, go ahead. This is so weird. Like, I've watched people say that, but I've never said it before. So if you want to subscribe, go ahead. I will obviously do more Hamilton videos. I think I'm going to talk about the other cast and just amazing things about everybody. So yeah, anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, I'll see you soon.